Morning traders, it's Trades here. Let's see what the market has in store for us today, which is the 9th of October, Wednesday. No news except for FOMC meeting minutes at 7 p.m, which might, wick up and down. So careful with your stop losses around that time. And then we've got the main event of the week, CPI tomorrow. So ideally, any trades that I do take today, I want to close it by tomorrow morning. So let's dive straight into it. Euro dollar, we are trading at this monthly time frame fair value gaps consequent encroachment. We have taken this high out. We failed to close above 2 months in a row, right? Above this high. Price wicked above again. This high body didn't even close above this candle's high. And this month so far, we've been retracing and we've come into this monthly time frame fair value gap and its consequent encroachment. Right there. Weekly time frame going into the week, I've been strongly bearish, especially with this bearish engulfing candle after this double top that took out liquidity off that double top highs and tanked. We have come into, like I said, the monthly time frame fair value gaps consequent encroachment. However, it does look like maybe we'll clear the rest of that fair value gap out. Maybe come and tap into this order block on the weekly time frame at 1.0922. But before all that, I do want to see price come and take out this sell side liquidity on the daily time frame, just below this swing low. We've just closed below this range with this strong bearish candle, and we've come into essentially that monthly time frame fair value gaps consequent encroachment, and we've displaced down right as we've come up from that range. We've displaced, leaving fair value gaps along the way. Tuesday we had some opportunity to go short, but that didn't push price down to the sell side liquidity right above that fair value gap for me. It didn't even tap into that 50% off this daily time frame fair value gap, which had I been waiting for a price to hit, I wouldn't have gotten my entry. So we'll see how that played out. Yeah, price came into the weekly open, found support yesterday, and today I'll be watching price to come back up and take out Tuesday's highs at that daily time from fair value gaps 50%, which it didn't tap yesterday. So today, I'll be watching to see if price actually comes back up to that level or not and finds resistance. On a 240, price yesterday pushed up and then put in this engulfing candle, which came at the 5 a.m. candle and held this high with this engulfing candle, and then there was entry at this pullback. If you were looking for an entry, let's just do today and then I'll do the post market for yesterday. So right now, we've pulled back into this weekly open, which price has found support multiple times, pushing itself up, came down again, found support here, and again is finding support, but in a way where it's failing to push up higher and higher. So maybe we will not go back up to these highs, or maybe we will. I'll just have to wait and see. If we do go back up to this high, then I'll look for entries to go short. Maybe we'll get back up there during New York, and then again, I don't think it's going to come all the way down today with CPI tomorrow. If it does, then I reckon it will probably come into somewhere here, and then maybe during CPI we'll push back up somewhere and then find resistance for price to come back down. Similarly on 1 hour, with after making this high yesterday during London session, price has displaced lower but without conviction for me. It hasn't left any fair value gaps along the way. It's respected this order block right there, the one at 7 a.m, the 12 p.m. UK time one, and since then I haven't seen much displacement, no fair value gaps left. So, and it's come into this weekly time frame, weekly open again, and found support. So I don't know, maybe this is the displacement that we've been waiting for, and entry at this pullback would have been good, but I doubt it. Because we got I doubt it. We'll just have to wait and see how price plays out. I'm just gonna wait. If it comes down to the sell side liquidity into the fair value gap, maybe there'll be an opportunity to go long. Until then, I just want to wait until price comes up to previous day's highs or takes out some liquidity in this range and then displaces lower with strong conviction, that will provide me with some kind of a indication that I can short. But until then, there's no point forcing a trade on this. And yesterday, look how price played out. So we had this, I was predicting price to go lower to the sell side liquidity. We had this accumulation going on, and then we had this initial fake break to trap sellers, and then price pushed up. Then we put in this candle, this strong bullish engulfing candle that took out liquidity below these lows, which is essentially price trapping sellers in this direction first, pushing up with this strong bullish convincing candle, a strong statement candle to say price is going to go bullish. And now it's just trapping all the buyers into this market. All the buyers came in, and then after that decided to tank lower. I was waiting patiently for price to hit that 50% level on the daily time frame. For value gap, it didn't. However, this candle alone itself and the fact that we took out the highs of that candle was enough for me to start looking for opportunities to go short. And then this engulfing candle right there was my entry reason, and then I placed my stops at 105 with my targets at around the weekly open, just above that weekly open at 63.221. However, before just that entry, I took a loss as well on the 15-minute, because if you look at this candle, it's similar to the 1 hour candle that printed afterwards, that took out liquidity off the low first, so trapping sellers, and then pushed up to trap buyers. And the next candle took out the highs off that, and for me, I took an entry somewhere around there, and I was aiming for the Asian lows, but I got stopped out. The reason for entry was exactly the same, just one was on the 15-minute before and one was on the 1 hour after. And honestly, price came down, took out this low first and then pushed up, and on the 1 hour after price came down and took out those lows, I took targets because of the fact that I just seen the same thing happen on the 15-minute. So ideally next time, if I'm taking trades like this based on these candles, I should be taking targets off at the lows. With pound dollar going into the month, I'm bullish. We've had these series of bullish candles that's been pushing price higher, and going into the week, however, I am bearish with the strong bearish candle, engulfing candle from last week. And at the moment, we have traded below that last week's lows candle. We've come into a daily time frame order block. Order block's 50% as well. We've had multiple days where prices failed to close below each day. So since Thursday, we failed to close below previous day. So that is kind of a sign, of price slowing down for me. It's just classic retail. But at the same time, bias is bearish for the week. And for the month, it's bullish. So it doesn't really match up, right? And ideally, I don't want to be taking trades when the direction of the two is not fully in line, especially after we've already taken out the previous week's low and have come into a order blocks 50%, because I was predicting price to come to the sell side liquidity, and I'm changing my bias too quickly, which is not something I should do. So I'm just going to stick to the weekly time frame bearish bias at the moment. We've got previous day's high, right? Tuesday's high right there. We've got Monday's high as well. Maybe we'll come back up and take out yesterday's high and find some resistance. Lower time frame, we have been displacing lower with bearish fair value gaps along the way. We've been holding those bearish fair value gaps as well. So this one from Friday, NFP price pulled up on Monday, held. There was some entries on here on Monday, and then displaced again. Price has been consolidating around that fair value gap, right? We took out this low. We grabbed liquidity just above that order block, essentially formed this double bottom, and since then we've just been holding that level. So for me, I'm not really sure on the direction right now, unless we push up again, take out this high from NFP, tap into this fair value gap, then that would be a good opportunity to go for short. But I don't really want to be trading in this range. Same on the 1 hour. We've just ranging sideways. I just don't like the way price is moving on pound dollar. I'm just gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. We have got previous day's high. We've got Monday's high as well, right there, above this range, and with this fair value gap here on the 60. So we might get some short-term opportunities to go short, but I need to see some patterns in order for me to do that. So let's see how this plays out.